Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hop Takes here on Milwaukee Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
Awesome.
And we've got a special episode tonight. We are trying a single beer from a brewery out of Delaware.
Look at us.
It's a little brewery called Dogfish Head. You've probably heard of them. Famous for a lot of different beers. Their 90-minute IPA is a pretty solid American IPA offering in the marketplace. But what we're going to try, because that's just the kind of channel that we are, is the recently released version of their 120-minute IPA. Now, if you're not familiar with their 120-minute IPA, it's a huge beer, heavy. They essentially continuously hop it for the full 120-minute boil. It is a heavy, very malty beer. I question whether it can even be considered an IPA based on how it's brewed, but it is. And we've never tried that beer on this channel. But what are we going to actually try tonight, Ross?
Well, this is the 120-minute age in Sam Adams Utopias barrels. So this comes in at a measly 17% ABV, which has to rank as one of the highest, top 3 or 5 highest ABV beers we've ever had on the channel.
I think this might be the highest one we've had. I can't think of one that was more than 17.
So for those who don't know, Sam Adams does a special Utopias beer. They only release it every so often. It's not every year. It is
really hard to get.
Really hard to get. Bottles sell for $240 retail on the secondary market. They're thousands of dollars. Very limited value, and they're basically continuously barreled over several different barrels. It comes in at a whopping 27%. It's actually illegal. We looked up in 15 states?
15 states, yes.
Let's do the alcohol content. It's illegal in 15 states. So very interested to try to see how this compares with now in Utopias barrels. So we've had 120-minute before, but not in a special variant of it like this.
Not a barrel-aged version, that is for sure. So pretty cool.
Beer is barrel-aged.
Yeah, exactly. It's a pretty cool looking label on there. Let's crack this thing open. If it is what I recall it being, it should be a very dark, very murky, almost amber colored IPA, as it is.
I mean, it's a good looking beer.
It is. It's actually even darker on camera, I think, than it is in person. It's a little bit lighter in person than what's showing up on my screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of carbonation bubbles, actually. This is fresh. We got this within the last couple of weeks. So this is a fairly fresh release here on the market. I've had some 120-minute IPAs that have very little carbonation in them after aging for a few years, which they do say you can age this for up to 10 years. We'll see if they last that long. But I mean, it definitely does not look like your standard IPA. Closer to an American style pale ale IPA, somewhere in that category for sure, but definitely a lot murkier, a lot less filtered than you'll find.
Murkies are really good. It's a good looking beer, but it doesn't look like filtered in any way, shape, or form. You know, I think murky's actually a really good way of saying that. So,
well, to the nose we go.
That's spirit. There's no hops. No, that's spirits. That taste.
Smells like barrel char, spirit. There's like a little bit of malt character kind of coming in the back end of it.
I was gonna say there's like a sweetness coming off there. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I'm not sure if it's like a grape sweetness or what it is, but there is definitely a sweetness there.
Almost like a wine, kind of like a wine, grape sweetness kind of type thing. Sugary.
Yeah.
It actually smells really good. It smells almost overwhelming though. Like if it tastes like what it smells like, I feel like this is going to be kind of like a port wine aged heavy,
little bit.
heavy malt forward beer. But what can we say but try it?
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Whoa. So for a beer that has a giant hop logo on the front, and I would say this about the regular 120-minute too. It's not an overly bitter beer by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, the hop character I feel like is buried by the heavy malt and the sweetness of this beer. Like, it's very, very sweet. The spirit characteristics are prominent up the front, but it gets very, very sweet, very almost like caramel sweetness mid palate, and then out the back you're kind of left with like a little bit of hop bitterness, but very malty, and that spirit character kind of carries all the way through. Like, I'm still kind of tasting the spirit notes.
We recently did that Barrel-Aged Furious on this channel.
Yeah.
I remember us kind of drinking that. We compared it to this a bit, and as I'm drinking this now, I remember why we compared it to this. This is the weird one for me. Like, the bitterness isn't there that you would think. You look at this, you see the big label, you see it's a triple IPA. You're expecting
It's a double.
It's a triple. Oh, that says Imperial. Just kidding. I thought it was a triple.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You're good.
Besides the point. You expect that big hop bitterness. I think there's a bitterness there that helps balance this. That's really good in there. Like, it's not there, it's not prominent, but it helps balance out some of that sweetness that you're getting, so it's not overpowering. It's very similar to what we've had like with the Furious, where it's kind of got that barley wine taste. It's got some dark fruit, but there's a light, like, refreshing, like, white wineness to this as well. That's kind of like, it's a bit confusing to me. It's really tasty. I like what it's done. I like how it kind of settles in there.
It is. There's just a lot going on in this beer. There's a lot going on in traditional 120-minute. Now add some of the spirit characters that you get from the Utopias barrels and some of the char. And there's like a fruitiness and a like sweet candy caramel, something that hits mid palate. It's a journey beer, right? Like, it hits you spirit, then it gets caramel, fruity, sweet, and then out the back you're kind of left with a little bit of bitterness and kind of that spirit character carrying you out the back. It's honestly really good, and it hides 17% very, very well. It's a very boozy beer, but not like boozy in a bad way. Like, it's all so well blended, and the malt characters hold up so well. They stand up to that booziness that you don't feel it. You taste it, but you don't feel it. Like, it's hard to describe it in a way other than that, to me anyways.
Yeah, it's a good sipper. That's for damn sure. Like, you cannot drink this fast. You cannot drink this.
No.
It is like this. A 12-ounce is all you'll need. I know you and I joke around about drinking a lot of high ABV beers. That's kind of our shtick, but like, this will knock you on your ass, like, flat.
100%. I mean, and a 4-pack of this is $35-$40. I mean, you don't want to chug this. You want to sip it and enjoy it, right? Okay. Well, Dogfish Head, I think for the first time on our channel, because we have a bunch of Dogfish Head in our cellar. I don't think we've done anything from them on our channel.
I don't think we have. Now you say that, that's surprising, because I really like their beer. It makes some good stuff.
We've got pretty much every version of Worldwide Stout, which is another huge beer that they do, since like 2018, sitting in our cellar right now. So we'll have to break those out for the channel. But let's get back to this. What would you rate the 120-minute Utopias Barrel-Aged version from Dogfish Head?
It's weird because you want to score it on like what it is. It's an IPA, but it doesn't taste like an IPA. But I'm gonna score this on how it tastes. I'm gonna ignore the flavor profile I'm supposed to get and just ignore it and just say this is how it tastes. To me, this is 4 1/4. I really enjoy this. I like the barley wine features that are coming out of this. I like the spirit forward flavoring to it. I like how the hops give it kind of balance out without that bitterness that you get behind it. This is really tasty. I would say 4.25.
Yeah, I'm right with you at 4.25. I think it's a really good score for this beer. I don't know that I could go much higher than that because it doesn't blow my socks off. It's not like amazing, but it's really darn good. If you're looking for an IPA and you've never tried Dogfish Head's 120-minute before, or this is not the beer you're looking for. These are not the droids you're looking for. They're just this just isn't that beer, right? So this is something different. Yes, it is a double IPA. Yes, all of those things are true, but if you want an IPA, this is not the beer for you. However, if you're looking for something that is absolutely a beer journey and you're into these heavy beers, this is a darn good one to pick up and try. They did a darn good job with it. So
yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for another good Utopias barreled beer here from Dogfish Head. Joined up with Sam Adams on this one, so the Boston Beer Company. Thanks for checking out the channel. Hey, have you had this? Let us know what you think in the comments. Maybe we're crazy. Maybe this is a perfect IPA. I don't know. You tell us. Check us out on the rest of our social media channels. We are on Untappd. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitter. We are on
Instagram.
We're also here on
social
YouTube.
medias.
We're on the social medias. Also here on YouTube. So like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see all of you in the next episode.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.